Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. The first thing that we're going to do today is make the Rending Wand from Abyssal Craft. So pretty easy craft, just some stuff we've already had. And so it looks like you get energy from the different abyssal dimensions, so we should go there. And we need to rend some stuff. I guess the thing you get depends on where you are. The quest for this says based on the type of mob, but it would appear that it's based on the place that you're at. So let's just try that. Maybe, if different mobs spawn in the different dimensions, then I guess that makes sense. But let's go ahead and try it out. So it needs to be Abyssal Craft mobs, such as these. Okay. So there's some stuff happening. It's damaging them. I'd like to be somewhere... What are these guys? Oh my god. Skeleton Goliath. Those are from Abyssal Craft, but I don't seem to be able to rend them, so I'll just stick to the Depths Ghouls. Okay, so how fast is this happening? It's 19. I assume like one hit per. Okay, so I have to do this 100 times. So... Okay. So I think their cooldown is per mob, so if you get a bunch of mobs around, it goes a lot faster. But theirs are 100, and we get Essence, spelled with 3 S's, of the Abyssal Wasteland. Cool. So there's that. We need to do one for the quest. I don't know how many of those we're gonna need. I might get a couple other ones. But we can use our various materials to upgrade the Necronomicon to the Abyssal Wasteland version, which is pretty cool. Now, I haven't seen any of this yet. Corrallium Bricks is fine. Corallium Plate. Okay, we know how to make that. Skin of the Abyssal Waste. Okay, we need one of those. So just one essence should be fine for now. What else is that used for? Poppet of Wasting. And then it's used to make a Cthulhu statue, which I guess we don't need to do. So I'll just stick with the one for now. Might need to get another one later, but that's fine. All right, one of the crafting ingredients we need for this is Corrallium Brick. Okay, which is just Corallium Cobblestone, which is the stuff that spawns in the big chain links. We need to smelt that up to get Corallium Stone. Right, so there that is. And then we need to smelt that again. And there are quests for all these, which is cool. We need to smelt that again to turn it into a brick. And then 4 bricks around a monolith stone gets us 1 brick block. And we need 3 of those. But we need 10 for the quest. Might as well do all of them. That's going to take, what, 40? Not bad. We have them all. And monolith stone. There's 13 for you. I'll get a few of those back. And now you can make the Transmutator. Transmuting one item to another at a slow pace. Recommend blaze rods or blaze powder as fuel. Okay. What kind of stuff is this going to be used for? Dreadium ingot. I'm sure this is what we actually need to do with this. Oh, wait, that's not the same statue. Solid lava. Okay. Not sure what that's going to be useful for. Okay. Well, we'll have a look through this. Maybe this is going to have some neat recipes. 1 brick to a Corrallium. Okay, that's just transforms it back. Weed into sea. Why would you ever do this? You can just craft this. I guess maybe that was a recipe added by a different mod. That's pretty funny though. 1 diamond into a stack of coal is pretty neat. Definitely not useful for us though. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of like reverse transformations. Seeds into wheat seems cool. This back into that. But you lose the monolith stone, which sucks. Yeah, probably nothing that I'm going to like super use right now. So I'm going to go ahead and skip making this machine for now unless I end up needing it. But otherwise, we can just make our upgraded Necronomicon. Now, I believe I left the Necronomicon over here, which, like I said before, I don't think there's any ill effects. And I'm told that all of the bad stuff with Abyssal Craft has been disabled for this mod pack. I don't know how true that is, like the extent to which like everything is disabled, or just like some of the... Because I know the Shoggoth layers in the overworld are disabled, but if like nothing bad can happen from like fucking up this mod, that would be perfect. But anyway, we just need to make a couple more things here. This skin with the essence that we just got. We do have some of this flesh just from mob drops, and some of these Corallium plates, which I've gone ahead and made the ingredients for already. And we should be good to go on this. So we're going to lose the potential energy in it, which kind of sucks, but at this point, there's not really... Oh, we don't. Okay, it's just the text was a little weird about it. Now, I don't know if that's going to count for the quest. It does. Wonderful. Okay, cool. And now we can make Eye of the Abyss. That's going to be a boss drop, it looks like. And then the Abyssal Wasteland, Staff of Rending, 2 energy per rend instead of just 1. Okay. Neither your held in energy nor your enchantments will be lost when upgrading. That's very cool. That's going to be worth doing next time we need to do the rending. But I don't think we need to do that right now. What we're going to have to do is use the full power of the recently upgraded Necronomicon to summon and beat Asorah the Fallen. Okay, so you can find it under Rituals Abyssal Wasteland section. It's named Ritual of the Sleeper. Let's have a look. Ritual of the Sleeper. There we go. Summons Asorah the Fallen from the Dark Realm. Okay. Requires a pristine transmutation gem, so we're going to need to make another one of those. Liquid Corallium tank is fine because that spawns over there. Another one of these ender cores, and then some flesh, which is totally fine to get, and then a full Necronomicon. Okay. Sounds good. I'm going to put this on the pedestal so it can fill up. So we need to build another ritual thing over in the Abyssal Wasteland, and we need to get a couple more of these ingredients, mainly the liquid Corallium, I guess. I think this needs to be made out of abyssal cobblestone in that dimension, which is fine. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm just like right next to the portal here, and there's a bunch of this liquid Corallium here, so we need 32 buckets because we need 2 full open blocks tanks, right? So is that 21? 32. Okay. And then I'll get some more abyssal cobblestone here. I can't tell if this was a part that I've already dug out or not. Not that it really matters. Cool. Okay. And then I assume that we can just build it kind of in the normal way. Let me go ahead and abyssal cobblestone, so we can just build it same shape. Now I would rather not be somewhere where a bunch of mobs are going to be around, but I don't think there's going to be too much I can do about that. I guess I could build a building, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to do that. So probably should just like bring the gun or something, but I'm just going to ignore them for the time being. I have iron wall, so it's not like they're going to bother me too much. So let's put that down there and there and etc. Okay, they are bothering me for sure. Okay, let me go get like the gun so I can deal with this and then come back. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. Now, there, and you don't want the smoke. All right, so that should be good, and I should be able to shift right click with this like before. There we go, perfect. Now I am gonna go ahead and build like a little. Oh, I'll build a wall, at least, because I don't like a whole building. Wall is fine, and probably necessary. So I'll just build it out of this stuff, just for a little bit of extra safety. Okay, I'm trying to make the Transmutation Orb, and the ritual isn't working, and I was like, is that because I have the Abyssal Wasteland Necronomicon? Which, like, does make sense to me, but then I was like, man, it sucks, I'm going to have to make another Necronomicon, but I think I should be able to just use my ritual station that I have set up in the Abyssal Wasteland, and I think that may be what you're intended to do. You kind of, like, move your operation over here. Not that there is much operation to it, but I am going to test out and see if it does need to be in a specific layout right now. Okay, it looks like it doesn't, which is cool. Assuming this is going to work. Okay, cool. So it doesn't. That is very good to know. All right, I think we're ready then to summon this boss. I have my gun here, not only to kill the boss, but this ritual also needs a sacrifice. So hopefully, just on the outside of these walls is going to be close enough for me to be able to sacrifice one of those guys. We'll see. If not, then, oh well. And you there, and it doesn't need anything in the middle. It doesn't need anything in the middle. I don't believe it needs anything in the middle. Location of visible wasteland, ender core, 16. This should all be fine. Oh, it doesn't. I don't have enough energy. Okay, let me go refill. All right, let's do it. Oh, come on. What's your problem now? I have everything in here. Do you need like a thing in the middle when you have no thing in the middle? It does say sacrifice required. Maybe this stuff isn't close enough. No way. Okay, one moment. Okay, I think maybe it's just the case that none of these mobs are close enough to be considered for the sacrifice, so I guess it's gonna be you. No, that's not working either. Okay, so it needs to be a passive mob to sacrifice. Okay, so I've brought an imp, which I guess is passive enough. There we go. Oh. All right. There you go. All right, little loud. How are you doing? How much health you got? You're fine. You seem like a little bit of a pushover. Yeah. Oh yeah, not bad at all. First boss of the mod though, so perhaps maybe not a certain sign that everything is going to be easy, but there we go. And we get our drops here. Now we didn't get the one drop that I would have expected. Oh, maybe we did. Because there's a lot more. Get you out of the way. Oh, I see it. There we go. That's what we wanted. Eye of the Abyss. Ain't no Ender Dragon. It's kind of just a retextured Ender Dragon. I guess it has different behavior, which is, you know, counts for something. But cool. Okay, so that's the first boss of the mod down. And we get a couple more of these Ender cores back. We do have space for them. And now we can make the Eden block. And we can get into the Wildwood. But before we get into the Wildwood, I want to up the automation game a little bit. So if you remember last time when I was talking about why I wasn't able to automate the soul vials, apparently the way to automate that is with the powered spawner. So if you notice, there are two settings, right? Spawn, well, no. Yeah, three. Spawn and capture. So this won't spawn gas into the world, but if I supply it with an empty soul vial, it'll get me a gassed soul vial. And I'm told that the reason that soul vials wouldn't automate is because of MBT stuff, because I guess, you know, it has to save, you know, if the mob was wearing armor, what health it had when you pick it up in the soul vial. That all makes sense. And then when they spawn with the powered spawner, they're just kind of directly like, this is just what the mob is, and the MBT works out fine. Which is very cool because it means that we can actually automate all the soul vial stuff. And what's most important there to me is that you can automate the powered spawner. So we can automate powered spawners, then we can pretty much have everything we want. You know, wither skeletons, you know, gas tiers. We just make a new powered spawner for everything we want, throw them in here, and then we get a custom mob farm of all kinds of mobs that we want. So very cool stuff. So I'm going to change this one. I'm going to bring this up there. And so we can automate, you know, Enderman. So Enderman, bats, and zombies are what we need to automate to make more powered spawners. So those are the three that I'm going to go for. Wow, this is really stupid. So I accidentally put the pattern for the mob grindium ingot, which is, of course, something that needs to be smelted up. I put it in the molecular assembler as if you can just craft it together in the table. So that's really stupid. So this has been waiting for a really, really long time here. Most of the day, really, because I've been off doing other stuff. Not that the rest of this is going to take very long at all. So, like, it's not a huge loss or anything, because it was able to do, like, the rest of this stuff. Like, these thrusters are really the main problem with all this stuff. But, Yeah, just a really stupid mistake. But once that's done, that'll be the third powered spawner. So this one is doing bats, this one is doing enderman. We'll have this one for zombies, and then we can auto-craft start to finish powered spawners, except for a couple things like hyper diamonds. With the explosion, I'm going to have to craft those on my own, but I can just bulk craft like a stack of them whenever I need, because you don't really need them that often. And I'm sure there's going to be a way to auto-craft those in the future. But I will get this final powered spawner set up here, and then we can move on. All right, so that is going to be all of this auto-crafting setup. So I just have these in a line here. All you do is insert the soul vial, and you can push out the soul vial with whatever you want. And in this case, it's zombie and bats and enderman. So I made sure to get one from the machines to load up the patterns with, just so all the MBT matches up and stuff. So that should all be fine. I also took the opportunity to run an ender fluid conduit all the way from the experience obelisk down to the soul binder, because you can pump in XP here. And the way that this works is whenever it gets items for to craft, it'll start pumping in XP to get however much it needs. I also moved the auto anvil down here, and the absorption hopper here from the mob farm is now pumping through the fluid conduit. So this fluid duct that was here is no longer in the way. Okay, so that's a really good change, I think, that we've made. So now we can move on and try out this Eden block stuff. So each one of these, well, no, this is 14, which is how many we need because it's a portal situation. And I think we should be fine on most everything here. Eye of the Abyss was going to be the mob drop, and it looks like this is what the statue is going to be for as well. So the Power Stone. Eye of the Abyss. And let's just see, let's bookmark them. So I'm going to need 5 of these Eden Hearts, which I think I have, 4 Eden Souls, 8 Shards of Oblivion, and 6 Eden Chunks. How are we on Eden stuff? I have 2 of these, 12 of these. I need 6, right? So I can craft 2, so I need 2 more. And then these go into 1. So yeah, that's the only way to kind of make those Eden Souls. I have 13. I would need a lot more than 13. I think I'm going to have to go farm up some mobs in the Eden a little bit more. Yeah, because I need 4 of those. I have the Eden Hearts I need already. Can I craft these? No. Okay. That's fine. Okay, but other than that, Shards of Oblivion. I have 2. And remind me, so these are pretty not bad to make here. I don't know if you can put like mending on this transmutation gem. But I mean, I have an extra one here anyway. So it's fine. Should make some more steaming Restonia. They'll go ahead and make 40 for me. Right. Okay, and then you're done. Now, Shards of Oblivion, I need 2 more. Okay, and before this one runs out, I'll try and put mending on it to see if it works, because if it does, that would be nice and convenient. So let's grab out all the Eden stuff, just so I don't lose track here. And so I will go farm up some mobs in Eden, and then be back to craft the Eden blocks. So as soon as I spawned into Eden here, there was an explosion and I lost the home portal, which is definitely inconvenient, but it's not the end of the world because we have /home, but it's really funnier than anything, really. I didn't realize this before, but this is terrifying and also really funny. If you hit the bunnies in Eden, they turn into angry bunnies. That's pretty funny. All right, we got our loot from Eden, and now we should have everything we need to make the Eden blocks. I don't know if it's going to use up this stuff, but if it does, I assume this is one of the only things we're going to need it for. Hopefully we don't need to bother finding another stronghold. Well, let's just hope that's the only thing that's used for. I'm not going to look because I am scared, but that is the Eden block. And make another portal shape, light with the Twilight Clock. Welcome to Wildwood, and Wildwood has Wildwood chunks. And we need to find a Termisect spawner, probably like a temple, probably very similar to Eden. And then a floating island dungeon. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Let's go check that out. Alright, I guess we can just throw it up here next to our Eden portal, the Wildwood Portal, and let's head in. Well, this is bluer than I expected it to be. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect it to be this blue. I guess this is blue. Okay, cool. Well, Wildwood Tomo. I guess those drop the Wildwood chunks, which is fair enough. Yeah, so all these mobs, they pretty much look the same except Wildwood versions of them, which is fine. So I guess we need to get to killing some of these. Do I have any acid cloud? Ooh, I'm almost out of the infernal bulbs. I know I have more back at home. I actually may have more on me. Oh, I have plenty more on me. Look at that. So that's good. Because this is, I mean, it's not the best way of killing stuff, but it does really work for killing like large amounts of stuff. So that's really good. Doesn't have looting, but I'll live. There actually may be like an augment to make this do more damage than it does, although I think the only useful augment I found was the fire one. These Wildwood souls, and I assume they can make the fragments, and they can make the gems, and they can make the slicer. They can't make the shards too. 10 range damage. Oh, they're like a throwing star maybe? That's pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, so again, I'm going to need 25 of these. I currently have 4, so I'll just farm up some mobs a little bit. I think this is where this is coming from, but these... What are these behemoths over here? They're like... Maybe it wasn't these guys. Something was like laying down a beat. That sound, it was like way more rhythmic. I don't know, I guess it wasn't these guys, because these guys don't sound anything like it now. I don't know where that was coming from. They do sound kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, where the hell is that coming from? I don't know, we'll have to find that. Oh, shit. Shit. I was just about to say. I need to not use that while I'm descending from the jetpack, because it does make you change the spell to undesirable effects sometimes. I feel like there's probably a better weapon that I could be using in the pack at this point. Like, I've been using this Tinker Sword for a while, and I have the gun, which is good, but it takes ammo, and also it's kind of weird sometimes. And I have Acid Cloud, which is honestly not that good. Like, for what it is, fine. But it's pretty... Oh, these must just be eating the wood, then. I didn't know what was happening there. There's a sword from, like... There's this runed longsword. I wonder if this is better. I mean, with enchantments on it, it might be, because I don't have any on it right now. Maybe that's something to look into. Might do that. Okay, I think this temple is what I'm looking for, maybe. How does the thing describe it? A floating island dungeon. Well, I guess this is probably not what I'm looking for. This is probably just a house. But let's have a look anyway. Can I lock you out somehow? You're extremely annoying. Okay. Maybe this is what I'm looking for? Is a throne? I've triggered a trap door, which is fine because I have a jetpack. Well, before delving in here anymore, I'm going to craft these up. Alright, and there's our Wildwood chunk, which we apparently need to spawn the boss, but last time we didn't actually need it, I don't think. But then, yeah, Wildwood Heart you just get from the boss is fine. And then what is this? Danknell Docking Station. Ooh. Yeah, that is super, super good. Yeah, I'm going to have to get one of these. Wow, yeah, I didn't realize we were so close to this. Wildwood chunk. Well, we can make that now. That's really awesome. The Danknell Docking Station basically exposes itself as like an inventory of what's inside the Danknell, so it's a really, really good item, especially with the Emerald one, but the Emerald one I don't think we can get into until Draconic. So that'll be a little while. However, still good to have. What's the deal with this? Can I just... There's a little bit of lag here. Can Can I just loot all this? Are you meant to, like... Is this meant to be hard because of the trapdoor? Because I feel like the trapdoor is pretty easy to overcome. I don't know, though. Aqua torch, that looks pretty cool. I mean, I guess this is just it, right? Is there anything down here? No. Alright, well... That's cool. I'm not going to complain about that. But not much here really worth getting. Can you not break the walls? I guess that makes sense if this is like meant to be a dungeon type of thing. Like if the dungeons are also going to have unbreakable walls, it makes sense. Let's see if I can find one of those dungeons. I would like to head home and get bullets, if nothing else, first. But we can just find it. So floating island dungeon. These houses are everywhere. I assume if I wanted to, I could just go in and get the gold and diamond from in there, but I don't really care enough to. This little hut is kind of cool as well. Just like a little house. Nothing wrong with that. All right, well, those are everywhere too. This is also a very cool dimension. This is about as cool as Eden to me. Icica was such a miss compared to these two Divine RPG dimensions that we've been to recently. These are really cool. Like, again, it seems like there's not going to be too much to do in them, but like, just the design and stuff. It's very, very cool. Is this possibly what we're looking for? It's certainly a different structure than what we've seen so far, but I think it's just going to be a little Termasect spawner. Oh, that is the boss. So I guess this is, in this dimension, it's separate from the dungeon. Maybe there's also one at the end of the dungeon, because that's very confusing. Okay, I didn't go get the bullets, but let me mark this on a waypoint. Boss, spawner, and then I can run home and get bullets, and then be right back and do this fight. Okay, we're back at the boss spawner. Embarrassingly, I came all the way back here and forgot the Wildwood chunk and had to go all the way back and all the way back again. And keep in mind that I could have just not told you about that, which should buy me a little bit of integrity when I do sponsor ads and say, I really do use this product. I wouldn't be selling it to you otherwise. Anyway, let's just go ahead and spawn this boss. Now, whatever's making that noise is probably going to piss me off. So you can die first. And what are we looking at here? Oh. Hello. Bit of lag. It's fine. Now, I don't want you to die over the void. That would be bad. You don't seem too bad. I should get closer to you if I want to... Are you backing away from me? I can't even tell. Okay, we're good. Very worried about you dying over the void. I think it's fine, though. Looks like if I get above you, I get a better shot, maybe, which does make sense when there's so much fall off on the bullets. Sure. Not much of a boss, really, all things considered. Granted, I am pretty insanely overpowered, but I think that's gonna do it. And we get some of those. We get a bunch of stuff. Okay, Heart of the Wilds. Looks like that's what we were after here, mainly. Take me out here so I can have a look. Okay, so the feathers we're going to get from the temples that I still haven't found. But just get the heart, so we get 2. We get some wildwood ore. And the heart plus the feather is going to be this thing, which by the looks is going to take us to maybe the next abyssal dimension. Right? Find the floating island dungeon in Wildwood. The floating island dungeon. That implies there's like one in the whole dimension. I don't think that's how that works, but... Yeah. Asorah sharded gateway key. Create alternate portal. Okay, well, we'll have to do that soon after we get these feathers, right? Feather of the Wildwoods. And we have to find that temple. So I think that's going to be a good place to end it off here. So I'll look for this temple, and then next episode, we will explore it. Okay, but for now, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.